going on, guys? Talon back here today, and it has finally arrived, the legendary rare Goku card. It's finally dropped here in Japan as of about 2 hours ago or so. Sorry if it's a little dark in the back. Extremely humid here in Japan. Any source of light just makes you want to just not do anything. So I'm going to just give you guys as much information as I can about this event right now. I actually can't do it. I did not farm the strike cards because they are a pain. So I'm just going to I'm not going to like rattle on about why I dislike it a little bit. I will touch on it a bit at the end, but for the most part, this is for information for you guys. I'll let you make your own judgment call. I'm not going to be there and, either complain, enjoy it, whatever. This is for you to decide. So I'm going to give you all the information that has possibly been translated by me and by the community as well. And, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. And if you want to do what I'm doing, which is just simply wait until Vegito, because we've only got another day and a half until, or actually about 2 days now, give or take. That is what I'm personally waiting for. But let's get on to the information. Exactly when can you do this strike, how to even get the Goku card to start then Dokkan awakening him, and we'll go from there. Okay, so if we go into let's just go to the event right now first, okay? So if we click on it, it says new legendary rare Super Saiyan Goku. This up here is basically saying you can do no continues and you have to use Super Strike cards. Now those Super Strike cards, they have to be Dokkan Awakened. So if you did like the Android 16 event, but you couldn't beat him Dokkan Awakened to get the 7 medals to then Dokkan him himself, you cannot even use him, okay? The game will just simply not allow you to use any of the cards no matter what. So, yeah, if you don't have them, well, I know some of them are out right now. I know from what I can see from the community, you need at least Android 16, King Vegeta, Trunks is good to have, I believe Frieza, Mech Frieza, his Intel can't Dokkan, so that's gonna be his physical form, and then I guess the other two that you want to bring, maybe Mighty Mask or something if you got them, I'm not really sure. So, but at least having those 3 or 4 guys that I first mentioned, those are supposed to help with the event itself. So let's go into the information that we can. So you have 3 stages, all are Z hard, and the first one here is where you fight him like this, and this is the card that will drop. From what I have seen from my friend so far, he got it on the first drop, like, you would expect it to, but then he did it about 4 or 5 more times to try and get up the super. Didn't drop at all. So the drop rates are already looking like they're not going to be that great. So, yay, great start, aren't we? So, then stage 2 is another Z-hard one. You go for the medals, and you Dokkan Awaken him into this Goku here, so he'll be a Transcendent UR, essentially. I believe it costs 15 to get him. I'll look at what it says in the Dokkan Awaken little category in the team menu there in a second. And then finally we get the big bad himself, Mr. Super Legendary Goku here. And I'm just going to tell you right now, this medal, you need 777 of these things, okay? And it drops 7 medals per time when you beat it, apparently, from what I've seen so far, okay? So let's go into the information here. So this is the card that you start with, okay? I'm going to get into like the leader abilities and the passive skills when I show you guys the full cards themselves. So I'll do it here in just a second. Transcendent, if you want to make him Transcendent to the Legendary UR, you need these medals, like shown before. Now, this deals with his super attacks. Now, from what I've seen so far, this occurs only with the Legendary Rare version of him. So when you've finally gotten those 770 medals, okay? You've got 12, level 12 for the key meter, and then 20, apparently, if I'm reading this correctly, for the Super Kamehameha. And then 18 and 20 for the Super Spirit Bomb. There's a video I found somewhere on Twitter. I'll try to leave the link if I can find it again, where Goku does what a normal Spirit Bomb looks like, and then after that, he turns Super Saiyan, basically how he beats Kid Buu from the manga and everything, okay? So basically it does big damage if you hit it, and on the first turn, you get your teammate's attack goes up 30%, essentially was what happens. That is about it for that. This is getting more into the leader skills, which I'm going to get into when we get there. Now, this is with the stages, okay? So you have Z-Hard, Z-Hard Stage 2, Z-Hard Stage 3, or Super, basically, okay? From what I've seen so far, Z-Hard, the first stage, okay, to get the card that you need, it's 20 act, I believe. And then it's 25 act or so to do the second stage, if I remember seeing that correctly. And then the third one, it takes 50 or something like that. So actually the second one might be 40. I'm not 100% sure. I cannot personally even go into it. I'll show you here in a second. But from what I've heard, the third one to try and get his legendary rare medals, that is 50 cost. So if you got stones to spare, go ahead. If you're waiting for Super Vegito like I am, don't even waste your stones right now. Now, the one big thing about this event is not sticking around very long. If you've noticed, it goes from today at 5 o'clock Japan time and goes until 7 p.m. Japan time on Thursday when the Vegito event has started, okay? Now, there is a little bit of kanji down here that if you can read it, basically the one that you want to know about, it says, Maishu Nichiyobi, which means every week on Sunday, the event will return. As for how long that will go for, I'm going to guess until the end of July. So basically, we've got this July, the July after that, or sorry, the Sunday after that, the Sunday after that. So it's about 3 or 4 Sundays, give or take, to do this. So if 50 cost to get just 7 medals, you know, on average, just say you're, you know, I don't know, you've got 100 act or so, okay? So that's gonna be 14 medals, you know, without having to use any stones. You gotta bring some stones here to try and get this guy. I don't know how long he's gonna stick around, so. And I guess the last bit here is, if I'm reading this correctly, you get 1 Dragon Stone for beating Z-Hard, 1 Dragon Stone for beating Z-Hard again, stage 2, and maybe you can get up to a total of 3. I'm not really sure on that, though, if those are Dragon Stones or what that means. Honestly, I don't really know what that kanji is. So that's kind of the main info. So now I'm going to go into the cards themselves, explain their leader and passive skills. As for the links, you know, it's basically just a lot of different links that you'd expect, but then we'll get into some other stuff. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can all see that. Yeah, okay. So first off, we've got the Goku here that will drop, okay? So level 100 as expected. Overall stats, not too shabby. You know, even if you can't get any of the medals, hey, got a nice little UR right there, okay? So his leader skill is everyone gets ki +1, okay? So not too shabby. His attack is a Kamehameha, and it does big damage. His passive skill is that when you're fighting one guy, your attack goes up 2,500%, okay? So he's really good if you need to maybe put him into an all-tech team or something. You have to go against Goku Super Saiyan 3 event when it comes back, you know, or whenever it does come back. So cost is 16, and he's got a bunch of different links, so not too shabby at all. If you're able to awaken him, you get his Transcended UR form, which is actually pretty good. His leader ability right here is, sorry about that, everybody gets ki +2. Super is Super Kamehameha, and he does big damage as always. And then his passive skill is when you're facing off against one guy, your attack goes up 5,000, okay? So that's actually pretty good. It's more than what Gogeta does, damage-wise. And then more links as well. Cost 36, so pretty normal. Now, let's get into the big boy himself. This is what the legendary rare art looks like, and apparently, if you actually have him, it's actually animated and everything, so that's kind of cool. Look at that HP, attack, and defense. Woo, Gogeta, you've been beaten, buddy. You have been beaten, my friend. So everyone gets ki +3 and attack +3,000 for his leader skill. And if you go into his passive skill, if you're facing off one guy, it says at the beginning, essentially, your attack goes up 10,000 and your defense up 3,000 with a bunch of other links and everything. So pretty good there if you can actually Dokkan Awaken this guy. So let's go back into here. So like I said before, you cannot do this without even having any of the strike cards. It's just going to tell me, nope, you can't use any of these. If I select Frieza, all of my cards can't even do it. I don't even think on this account that I have any of the strike cards before Dokkan Awaken, but nonetheless, you just can't do it. You can't do it. They're not going to let you. So if you happen to have them, then great on you. But other than that, guys, there's not much information I can really give out. From what I've been seeing, the first stage is not too hard. You just got to bring your usual Senzu Beans, Dendes, Ghosts, King Yamas, those kind of items. As for the second one, I have no idea how people are doing. And as for the third one, I even hear there's a connection error. A couple of people I've been seeing are posting photos on Twitter and stuff about how they beat the thing, or they beat the event, and then it's like, oh, sorry, there was a connection error, no medals for you. So that kind of really sucks if you ask me. And then finally, before I totally forget, because I wanted to show you guys if I can, I really wish I put these in order. But if you can get the medals, this thing will load finally. Okay, so here is the Goku to go from UR to Transcended UR. You need 15 of these bad boys, okay? So I think it's 1 per drop on the second stage. I'm not sure if it's 1%. I would hope it is. So there's 15 right there. And then let's go to the Goku one, the legendary style. And it'll actually show the little animation on the little card itself too, which is pretty cool. So there it is right there. So it's got the little animation right there, which is kind of cool. And you need 777 of these bad boys. So get cracking if you don't even care about Super Vegito and you're simply going for this guy. So really makes me wonder what future legendary rare cards will be. Are they gonna limit it to only Super Strike cards? Which I don't know. I don't really like that, honestly. So, like I said before, I wasn't gonna rant in this video. I gave you guys all the possible information that I possibly could about this without even being able to do it myself. This is just simply from observation, reading kanji, and what other people have said so far. So if I have said something or misled you guys, please let me know down in the comments below. Literally just came out a couple hours ago, so please help us all out here, okay? As for my overall thoughts about what I think of it is, I'm gonna leave it sweet and simple. I honestly don't like it that you have to use certain characters. I mean, you can argue that, well, you need certain characters to beat the Dokkan Fest characters and everything. It's like, not really. It's been proven almost for most of them that you can use a free-to-play team, and if you have better cards, then you can. So, I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong way, but you know what? I'm not going to get mad. I'm waiting for Super Vegito. That's who I'm waiting for. You guys are going to get full coverage of that, hopefully. Definitely doing the event, how to beat it. I'll be streaming that and everything, even though in this heat I'm going to die. So if I die on stream, well then there you go. So, but other than that, guys, that's about all the information I can really give you. Like I said before, leave your comments down below, leave a like, help us all out. If you guys have a team, I gave you guys about 4 characters or so that a lot of people have been saying are really good. Let me know what you guys use for your team if you can do it, and if you get the card, post videos and everything, guys. I want to see it. All right. So until next time, guys, you will see me on Thursday with the whole Super Vegito thing coming. I want that card so bad, so we are going to get it. So until next time, guys, have a good one and take it easy.